everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen, with my good buddy Ron. And we are live in Cabo San Lucas at the house, hanging out with Marley. And we got a lot to talk about today. But first of all, let's talk about fishingbooker.com. Fishing Booker is a sponsor of the shows on Thursday, along with Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance. And we just want to talk about Fishing Booker first. Gang, if you're anywhere on the planet Earth, if you come down to Cabo and you haven't talked to me and you're trying to go fishing, you're in Florida, you want to go fishing, you're in Dana Point, you want to go fishing, you're up in Long Beach, you want to go fishing, you're in New York, you want to go fishing, all you got to go do is check out fishingbooker.com, and they got a bunch of boats. They're ready to take you fishing. They got a bunch of people all over the world ready to take you fishing. We're going to have the owner of Fishing Booker at the end of the month on here on our podcast. So that'll be a good show. You'll get to find out how he decided to put together fishingbooker.com and all the great things that Fishing Booker is involved in. Captain Al Clowers is involved in Fishing Booker. My sister, Donna Kalis, up at Dana War Sport Fishing, and most of the sport boats up and down the coast, and Justin and Pablo and everybody is involved in Fishing Booker because of the fact that they come in contact with so many different people. So today's show is sponsored by the first half sponsored by fishingbooker.com. So we can't thank them enough for being a sponsor of the show and for allowing so many people to go fishing in Southern California and around. Very much fishingbooker.com for everything you do. Gang, I know that it's supposed to be Kelly Girl on the show with me on Thursdays, but Ron insisted on taking Kelly's place today.
Oh, dear.
Yes. Yeah, no, not so much. But Ron and I basically have been hanging out together for a little over a month now. We've been fishing some of the most spectacular places. We fished together up in Alaska. You guys, I don't know if you saw any of this stuff that Ron did up in Alaska, but this was when we were with Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance up in Alaska. We did that. We ling cod, we cod fished, we salmon fished, we halibut fished. You guys saw a lot of the videos on our social media platform. And then Ron and I just got done fishing at Adolfo's Lopez Mateos. We went up there and stayed at Larry's new hotel up there. And Larry had some problems, snapped the axles on his trailer, dropped the transmission on his Suburban. So Larry wasn't able to join us. He wasn't able to bring the boat down. So Ron and I did the best thing we could possibly do. We went fishing with my buddy Ruben, right?
Absolutely.
How was that?
Phenomenal.
Did you catch anything?
Caught every species available.
That swims in the bay there?
Absolutely.
And I want to show you guys a little video of us getting some bait in the morning here. Look at this. All right. These guys are catching us some shrimp, some camarons. My good buddy Ron's getting the shrimp off the boat. He was dragging the net around, getting us some shrimpies. This guy's engaged in the act of shrimp fishing. This is a little bay in the middle of Adolfo's Lopez Mateos that is just chugged full of ridgeback shrimp. So many fish in here, just feeding like crazy. And everywhere you see stuff jumping, they're jumping on the shrimp. There's snook in here, there's pargo in here, and there's tons of camarons in the mangroves. And these two gentlemen are in here just wailing away on the camarons. So we got enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay. Let's go get some more bait. Now, I've never had enough of anything. So when I asked if we had enough and Ruben said we had enough, you knew that we didn't have enough, right?
Yeah.
So we went and threw the net around and caught some anchovies and some sardines and stuff. But I just want to bring Ron on the show today and just talk about how spectacular, first of all, Alaska was, and then we'll get into Adolfo's Lopez Mateos. But was that Alaska trip just absolutely incredible?
Amazing.
Just crazy, right?
Everything about it. Everywhere you look is just untouched nature, and it's just amazing. Amazing, amazing. Bald eagles are they're like seagulls.
Pretty much.
There's bald eagles everywhere like seagulls. It's crazy.
And we got to see a bear. And what happened when I went to go fish by the bear?
Yeah. We stopped off at the river spot where I guess it belongs to the bear, but sometimes we think
We
can visit or whatever. But then he showed up, and Dave came pulling through the tall grass quick. Let me in the car. Let me in the car. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a small bear, though, so it's all good.
And Mike Lewis, he just ran right down to the edge of the river and threw the drone up and started videoing the bear. Me, I was running the other way. I was trying to get back in the car. I was screaming like a little girl. Right, Marley? Marley's hanging out right above your head, Ron.
Hey, Marley.
Checking you out. He's like, what's going on in here? Why are you guys both in here today? Where's Mom? It's Thursday. Well, Ron's setting in for Mom, Marley. Let me tell you, gang, when we would walk into the forest in Alaska, it's just absolutely incredible. Everything is alive. Just alive. The air feels so fresh. And the thing that was weird, our heads wrap around the fact that there's pine trees and that stuff. We think we're up in the mountains. But you notice we never got short of breath. Because we're down sea level. It was quite spectacular. I really enjoyed the trip, had a really good time. And just hanging out with the right people, having a good time with the right people. Mike, hey, Jody Tyson, good to see you. Jody knows me better than anybody. She was my babysitter. Her and Bob Lorman. I had Bob Lorman on the show the other day. Mike Lewis says, what's up, Ron?
What's up?
Gary Barr, welcome, man. I see you purchased Bill Barney's game plans, buddy. You're going to love the game plan coming out this week. Thanks for purchasing that from Bill. He was very excited that you purchased that, so thank you. And everybody, thanks for watching the show today. Thanks for being a part of this. If it wasn't for all of you guys watching every day, none of this could happen. If it wasn't for Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance and Fishing Booker and Promar and Okuma and Deckhand Sports and AFTCO, we couldn't do this show. So because you guys all make sure that you take care of our sponsors, they take care of us, and we get to do the show. So I can't thank them all enough. I mean, you're wearing your AFTCO hat right now, and we're both wearing our Your Saltwater Guide shirts because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. The ambush this season right now, Promar's doing. You got to hashtag yourself with a Promar hoop net and a lobster in it. It doesn't even have to be legal, but if you put it on your Instagram page and hashtag Promar 24, that'll qualify you to win the $500 worth of product that they're going to give away at the end of the month. And if you're wearing a Your Saltwater Guide on top of that, like my good buddy Chris did yesterday, he posted the picture, he qualifies for that to get the extra $50 of product. So you're not only going to get $500, but you're going to get $550. How do you get these shirts, you ask? All you got to do is go to Your Saltwater Guide, the store, and check it out. Right over here, I got a QR code, I think, somewhere down in here, right there. And that's how you get the clothing. If you want some Your Saltwater Guide gear, I don't know, we have about 100 SKUs on there right now. Ron could model the underwear, but we don't want to get banned right now. But he's wearing a Your Saltwater Guide pair of boxers right now. Right, Marley? But that's why we're wearing our shirts. We just want you all to know you can be looking as cool as us. But Ron, as we get back up to Alaska and we're talking about the Alaska trip, how spectacular was catching halibut on the iron?
Amazing.
Wasn't that weird?
Amazing.
Here, Larry.
The funny thing is I was reaching for the new, shiny, good looking, whatever. Looks like it just came out of the package jig. And Larry was like, no. And he pulled out this blob of a piece of white lead.
Yeah, the diamond jig.
Yeah.
From Promar. White one.
But old and
all beat up.
Just gave and gave and gave.
And you caught your personal best halibut, right?
By a long shot. Yeah.
Like 60-pound halibut.
By a long shot.
It was
awesome.
Pretty cool. It was pretty spectacular. I couldn't believe bouncing a piece of lead on the bottom, catching big monster halibut. It was pretty crazy.
Awesome.
I even was able to catch one, which was pretty weird. And just the beauty of the place was just all that it could possibly be. And talk about the otters for a minute.
I was just going to say, we got to see the otters here. We can actually maybe learn something from the otters. If you're a guy who needs to relax a little, these otters, they circle up in a nice circle with their feet pointed inward. It looks like they're laying on some kind of really comfortable lounge chair, and they just chill. It looks like they're having some kind of like a nice meeting of sorts. And you come by and they give you a glance, and that's a wrap. They're just chilling. I guess they're all done clearing all the clams.
The bottom they wiped out. Sean Milton, you were there with us. You had a good time. I know it. You caught some phenomenal fish. You were on the first trip. So you can kind of butt in there and tell everybody how spectacular it was too. And then Mike Lewis, he's here. He was there. Guys have seen lots of videos of Mike and Jamie and Ron on our social media platform. That was just so cool. And the house, how comfortable was that house?
Killer.
The house was just epic. I mean, there might have been a couple of things that weren't perfect, but it all in all, it was pretty epic. It was pretty epic. I mean, if you want to pick out negative, you can do that all day long. That's not hard to do. And there's plenty of people on social media that want to do that, but we're not there to do that. We're just looking for all the great positive things that happened to us on the trip. It was incredible. I've never seen so much nature, and I've been on the ocean my whole life, but Alaska is a whole different level. I remember the first morning when we were on the boat, and we were all excited about seeing the otters at the dock there at the pier. And Larry said, "Don't even, gang, you don't understand. It is going to be nonstop forever and ever and ever. You're going to take 9 million pictures of otters. You're going to run." Yeah, Ron got a little bit of sleep. We all did. I'll tell you what, when we're done at the end of the day, we're tired.
That's what happens after you catch fish all day long.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. It was so fun. John, you had a good time up there. I know you did. Let me see. Yeah, Gustavus is pretty spectacular. I think another one of the really cool things about being there, nobody else was there.
Mm-hmm.
We've come to find out that there's less than 300 full-time residents there in the whole town. And it's the Four Corners. It's kind of funny. The Four Corners, it's
a gas station
and a liquor store and a like little restaurant.
And you can buy pizza on Fridays only.
Yeah, and they have pizza on Friday. The old gas station was like right out of Petticoat Junction.
Mm-hmm.
It's like super old gas station. Everybody goes there to take a picture.
And you have to wave. It's the law.
Everybody waves.
You must wave. When you pass somebody, you have to wave.
Yeah, oh my God, it's all that. Whatever you can comprehend in your mind, what it could have been like, it was that. And it was that plus 10 times.
Hey, Justin.
And just being there. Justin, thank you for your game plan. Thanks for bringing it in. Tonight, Justin's going live, gang. Justin's back live. Now, last night, Pablo was out with one of our regulars, Joey, and his family. Joey and his wife are big-time members. They've been part of the family for a long time. Your saltwater guide. Joey and Pablo put together a really fun trip for Joey's kids last night because the kids wanted to do it, and they're little. They're 1, 3, and 5. So Pablo put together a phenomenal trip for them. He took them and fished right around the break wall there by the bait barge in Mission Bay. So they didn't go in the ocean, which is great because you got little tiny guys. And they put one set out. They dropped the nets, and then they went over to the Barefoot Bar and Restaurant, got a bag of French fries for the kids. Then they went back out, and they pulled the hoops. And that was the trip. The kids got to be involved. They got to see it. They got to be a part of it. Now, the live part of that show didn't go as smoothly as it normally goes with Justin, but you got to remember, this was the first time Pablo did it, and he had 3 little tiny kids on the boat, the mom and the dad and his deckhand and Pablo. So it was kind of mayhem, but he pulled it off. He put together a nice little show. We had over 1,000 people end up watching that. That was his first attempt at the live show. He's got some new cameras. Jeanette's right here watching. Her and her husband, David, are going with Justin, and Pablo are taking Jeanette and Dave out on their boat this weekend. So they'll try to help Pablo get a little more refined on his live shows, and hopefully it goes a little bit smoother because you're going to have the pro Justin with him. That'll help, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Justin's like the magic man. Hey, another spam call. How weird is that? That hardly ever happens. That is so weird. What do we got here? Yeah, the Barefoot Bar Vacation Island with the yellowtail and everything swimming around in that big pond. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it was kind of wild last night, but you know what? He pulled it off. Most of you would have crumbled with 3 little kids on the boat scream crying and all the stuff that was going on. Most of you would have crumbled. You never would have been able to even put the camera on. He had it on. He did it. He tried. He did the best he could for what he had to go with. So it'll get better. It'll get better. It'll get better. But tonight, Justin's back going live. It should be fun to watch, right, Ron? You know what we'll be watching on the couch tonight?
Absolutely.
And let's see, what do we got? Okay. Not going to ever do that? No, Katie, I'm sure you're not. You're not taking a bunch of children. But Joey's a lot of you have met Joey. He's been at the PCS show. He was at the Bard Hall show with us. He likes to hang out in the booth and hang out with us and meet and greet everybody. And he just wanted to get his babies out there. And I can't blame him. The babies all wanted to go see it. And they did catch some lobsters. They weren't giant lobsters, but they caught lobsters. And really, kids don't care if they're legal or not. They just want to catch. And that showed us another thing. You guys got to slow everything down when you have kids on the boat. Everything's exciting and everything matters. And you can start to put it all together. Now, you've been out with Pablo and you've been out with Justin.
Yeah.
And you enjoy hanging out with those guys. And you went tuna fishing with Pablo, and then Justin and you and Pablo went tuna fishing, and then you guys came to my seminar right afterwards.
It was awesome.
And got to watch that poop show. Dave was wound up that night.
Yeah,
like
in rare form.
Bunch of. I always try to crank it up a little bit when I go to San Diego, because that is the place. When you go to when Dave Hansen comes to San Diego, there is more hate in San Diego for me than any other place on the planet. So when I come down there, I bring it hard, and I bring it big, and I just love it. Oh, it's so, I absolutely just love getting in front of people that don't like me and just making their jaw hang.
The level of appreciation reaches all new levels.
Yeah, and I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I really am not. I'm waiting for that day. Kelly Girl says it all. Tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. Someone's going to hit you. But they never do. It's so weird. I don't get it. But I never go personally after anybody. You know, thank you, Robert. Thank you very, very much. I got that. Robert, right here, Graber, is on here right now. He is my man. He helps me out with the bait reports every week, gang. He makes sure that I know what Santa Barbara, Ventura, Oxnard, Marina del Rey, Redondo Beach, Channel Islands Harbor, what they all have for bait. It really helps me out tremendously, and he brings it all the way down to, and then we got Mike at San Pedro, and we got Nacho, and then we go Dana Point, Mission Bay, Oceanside, and all that. We kind of cover those. We got their phone numbers, but that northern part of Southern California, that's Robert. He helps me out tremendously. So thank you, Robert, for all that. And gang, we kind of open this one up on Thursdays. You guys get to ask questions if you had questions for Kelly. But we got Ron here today, and Ron's a member of our website, but now Ron's become a close personal friend of mine, just like a lot of you. A lot of people that are members of the website turn out to be friends because it's a bitchin' community, right?
That's what happens when you pick up your phone. You get to talk and, think weird things like that.
Yeah. Tim Ogilvy, welcome. Glad you made it. Tim, I think it's the jealousy, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's play this is something we like to do in the program, right? Let's play the tape all the way through. So here, think about this. Now this is going to bring the hate level up a lot. Watch this. I had the opportunity to fish at the highest level for 50 plus years. My father is a legend in the industry. So I'm just pointing out reasons why people hate me, because they're super jealous, okay? Then let's add those two, okay? So those are two high reasons to hate someone, okay? Because you're super jealous because your life actually sucks and this guy is doing exactly what you wish you could do, okay? Then this dude that's doing all this has a smoking hot wife. So so we got three big reasons to hate. And then he's got a pet monkey. The monkey's a badass, right?
Absolutely.
Do you love Marley?
Absolutely.
So there's another reason to hate. Okay, so you got 4 phenomenal reasons to hate because, listen, the haters' lives absolutely suck. They suck. They're probably married to people they can't stand. Probably big, fat, ugly people. All right? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not taking anything away from anybody. But I'm just telling you, when you hate, you better be ready to get some. So Dave gets to fish for 50 plus years at a super high level. Dave's father is an absolute legend in the industry. Anybody in the industry worked for my father at one time or another. Dave Hansen has a website that everybody loves that's on it. Dave Hansen has 800,000 followers. Dave Hansen has a hot wife. Dave Hansen has a monkey. Dave Hansen lives in Cabo San Lucas, where most people can't even dream of saving enough money to actually get to come here. And he lives here. So, Tim, that's probably 6 of the most that you could put your hand on, that you could touch. Those are probably the most reasons why you hate someone. Jealousy, 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 and jealousy. Just jealous. But I'll promise you, these people, Tim, they've never had a cup of coffee with me. They've never had a glass of water with me. They've never spent any time with me. So, what do you think?
Well, I think the thing about it is if you suck at fishing, and maybe Dave directly or indirectly suggested that you sucked at fishing, you really just have 2 options. You can either get mad because he told you the truth, or you can get right and be like, well, I kind of suck at fishing and maybe this guy could help. That's what I did. I sucked at fishing, and then I was like, this guy's never even met this guy, and I think he's got cameras on my boat or whatever. And but I took the other option. I was like, maybe you could help me not suck at fishing. I suck way less at fishing today than I did 3.5
years ago when you called me.
Yeah, super awesome. Yeah, but you gotta, but you can't. You can't be an egomaniac and ask for some help at the same time. It's brutal, man. It's brutal.
And just so that you could kind of understand, Ron, just kind of, and we didn't rehearse this or anything. We didn't even know we were going to go down this rabbit hole. But you called me one day from Catalina, and it was southeast wind, and it was little uphill current, and you were like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, quickly. Like, quick. He's like, well, Ron, let's check out the weather. And he went on the, Windy app or whatever. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah. So we got some southeast wind, and this is what you're seeing with current. Go here. Go to
Long Point. You can tell them.
Go to Long Point.
It's okay. Most of the people that aren't member, they don't even know what Long Point is. So we're not giving away any secrets.
Go to this specific spot on Long Point. Drop the anchor. I was like, I'm going to Long Point. It's exactly what I did. So I went to Long Point, dropped the anchor. The tail of the boat was sitting exactly like they just said. When you drop the anchor in the right spot, the back of the boat's going to be pointing this way. This is what you're going to see. And then I started catching fish, and I kept on catching fish. I mean, I was catching fish. I don't know what time it was. It was 8 o'clock or something, 9 o'clock. I don't know. And at 1 o'clock, I called Dave, and I was like, I can't catch another fish, bro. I'm out of here. It's wide open. I don't know if anybody calls in or whatever, but the interesting thing was, like, people would file through. They would come, anchor over, not even 20 yards, 30 yards over. They got nothing. They would leave. The next guy would come in, anchor. The spot. You got to go to the spot. Like, none of this stuff it's all verbatim. Like when Dave says, you got to be on the spot. I've been on Justin's boat. If he's not on the spot, he'll keep cruising, keep turning until he's on the spot. And then when we're on the spot, the fish start coming in the boat. They want to go back, they want to go home. And that's exactly what happened. So by 1 or 1:30, I called Dave and I'm like, I can't catch another fish.
Tapped out.
Can't catch another fish.
And I thought you were calling me to tell me that it didn't work out. I was like, okay, well, I got another spot for you. You were like, no, I'm done. I'm tap.
We're headed home.
I'm all done here. What do we got?
Hunting knives, pocket knives, kitchen knives, flexible knives.
I don't even know, Judge. I don't even know. I don't know if you're advertising or what you're doing, but if you have a company and you'd like to get business, it's not going to work that way. You're going to have to become a sponsor of the show, and then we'll show your videos.
He's asking the best way to keep a fillet knife sharp.
Oh, I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah.
The best way to keep it sharp is to get a whetstone and watch my video on how to sharpen your knife with a whetstone, or you could do it the way Kelly does it with that knife sharpener she got from Amazon, and we have those on the website also, showing you how she keeps her knives in the kitchen sharp. She bought this bitchin' knife sharpener, and basically what they are is they're just dry stones spinning at a high speed, and she just lays her knife in there and they just sharpen it for her.
I got that one.
It works very, very well. And I know a lot of people go, oh, you're going to destroy your knife in there. I don't know. I've been filleting fish for a long time, and I've worn knives down to pretty much nothing and had to replace them, but if your knife's not sharp, who cares? Who really cares? So those of you that want to beat us up for using an electric knife sharpener, how dare you?
It works. It works. It really works amazing. Actually.
It works. It works phenomenal.
Yeah.
So now what Ron was just saying about the long point thing and how he put that thing together. If you guys watch Justin's live show tomorrow, if you guys watched Justin's live show yesterday, remember where he was? I know exactly where he was. He never showed the beach because we're very good at that. But I knew where he was, and I was watching the water, and I was watching what was going on, and I told him live while you were all watching. I said, everything's set up perfect. If you go anchor right where I'm telling, and I told him on the show, live in front of all of you. I don't play hide the ball. I said, if you go drive to the south end of where you're at and drop the anchor, you're going to catch white sea bass right now. Now, I can't control the size of them, but Justin will tell you, it was wide open for 3 hours, as wide open as it could be. Every bait was a white sea bass.
Nonstop.
That just comes from fishing for 50 years, every single day. And the difference between me and a lot of the superstars of fishing today that you see on Instagram and TikTok is I started my career fishing with 60 people every day. Anybody that listens to me can catch fish with 2 or 3 people. When you're driving a boat with 60 people every day and catching 900 fish a day, that's when you learn how to fish. That's when you learn how to put the puzzle together. That's what separates me from all the other websites out there, gang. Not saying that I'm the greatest and these other websites don't have some information, but none of them have fished for a living for 50 years in a different harbor every day. You've got the guys from San Diego that know San Diego. You got the guys from Dana Point that know Dana Point. You got the guys from San Pedro that know Pedro. You got the guys from Newport that know Newport. Me, when I was guiding every single day to make a living, I would be in a different harbor every single day. So one day I would be out with Ron on his boat in Long Beach. The next day I'd be out with Pablo and his boat in Mission Bay. The next day I'd be in Oxnard with Sonny on his boat. Then the next day I'd be back at Dana Point. Then the next day. So I got to see all these things and I got to put the puzzle together because of all the years of experience running sport boats for my father. So all those things make me walk around with just a little edge on me. Yeah, and a lot of people don't like that edge. They're like, "Ooh, he's so cocky." No, I'm confident. Big difference.
Unapologetically confident.
Correct. I know you suck, and those of you that don't, I know you don't. And I just tell it like it is. And you guys all watch. You watch all these news channels. One thing you hate is anybody that's unapologetically confident. Boy, that just irks you right away because you're like, "Oh, this guy." And there's where the hate comes. Because they don't want to admit, like you said, that they actually suck. And they don't want to learn from anybody. So then we get to the hate point. And we get hate. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, and bottom line, never, ever listen to the people that tell you to go figure it out on your own. Could you imagine if you were still struggling 3.5 years ago today?
It wouldn't be happening.
You'd have sold the boat. You'd have got out. You'd have been done.
Yeah.
You'd have been done. You like to be successful in life, right? You're at that point in your life. Sobriety has a lot to do with it. Because when we're out there using and abusing, we're not really able to take suggestions.
You can't take suggestions from all the people that you're blaming. I mean, come on. Let's just keep it real.
So, yeah, I've been sober for a very long time. I think that has a lot to do with the hate, too. There's a lot of people out there that just hate. They hate success. They hate confidence. And they hate people that have stuff that they don't have and they'll never acquire. And they don't want to learn how to acquire it. There's a part of me that hates Elon Musk because he is so damn smart and he knows exactly what's going to happen. And he's 15 steps ahead of all of us. And I wish I had his brain, but I really don't hate him. I just love him. I can't believe that the guy is that smart and he's that good. And so I listen to everything he says because like my dad taught me when I was little, don't take financial advice from someone who doesn't own a jet. But my dad didn't know that there was people out there that own rockets.
Boom.
Don't take financial advice. Now don't take financial advice from someone who doesn't own a rocket. If they don't own a rocket, you don't really care what they know about money. If they're driving a Carmen Ghia and they're managing your money, you may want to look a little different at your money manager.
It's true.
That always blew my mind when I'd see guys driving around Carmen Ghia. What do you do? Oh, I manage money. Who in their right mind would give you money to manage?
Deckhand Sports in the house.
Hey, Dave, welcome to the show. Tomorrow, gang, we had a little snafu in the show, and we're going to bring Heather Smith back on. She was supposed to be on a few weeks ago, and then she had some problems. She's going to come on tomorrow. She's going to be talking about her new book. She's going to be talking about Naked and Afraid. She's going to be talking about fishing. She's got to fish all over the place. She's a very, very interesting young lady. She'll be with us tomorrow for our Deckhand Sports Friday show. It'll be great. I'm looking forward to having Heather on the show. I was kind of bummed a couple weeks ago when she had to cancel, so that'll be fun. We're trying to get Miranda to come back on the show. She's super busy right now doing another survival thing, but she'll be on the show. We need to talk to these young ladies about Florida and what's happening down there and the rebuilding, and my heart goes out to all the people there and what's going on out there, the rebuilding of Florida. It's pretty sad. Yep, that is exactly why they hate. And you know what? The hate it's so fun. I enjoy it. I play with them, and I play with them full speed. I play with those haters full speed. I can make you here's how social media works, gang. As you get the people on there, you got to watch my videos. And I don't waste words. So all the verbiage on there requires a reaction. Now, people like you and Justin and Tim and Greg Warren, and people that know me, they're just like, yeah, that's funny, and they hit the like button, and but then the other people, man, they want to adjust what I just said.
It's brutal.
And it's money. You don't understand. These people don't understand. You get paid by the views and you get paid by the comments. So that's why I use the words I use. I mean, people go, oh, that Dave, he's so dumb. Yeah, I'm dumber than hell as I push another wheelbarrow into the bank.
Dumb like a fox.
Dumb. I am dumb. And I ask you questions about fish that I've known more about that fish than you'll ever learn about that fish. But if I can get you to make a comment and react about that fish, winner. Yeah, and they do. The industry looks at me. Now, let's not mess this up. Let's think about this. The true studs in the industry come on my podcast. They're coming on my podcast and they answer my phone call and they come on my podcast. The guys that are spreading the hate around, they aren't going to be around much longer anyway. They're just.
And they wave from the marina on their Viking when we're eating.
Yes, they do.
Oh boy.
Yes, they do. It's pretty crazy. But now we're into the second half of the show, Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance. That's who me and Ron have been hanging out with. We've been hanging out with Larry Hansen for the last month. We've been cruising around wherever Larry tells us to go. Let's go to Alaska. We're in. Mike Lewis, Ron, John, Rick, Bob. So many of you got to go. Justin's super bummed he didn't make it up there with us. He's going to definitely come on the next trip. But yeah, because of Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance, Larry Hansen and the gang over there, we've got to do some really cool things. But then we switched it up a little bit. We kind of switched gears because Larry had a major catastrophe where it was unavoidable. When you're working with anybody with anything mechanical, I love the Tesoro 5. I love the Tesoro 5. Ron will tell you, we just went to Adolfo's Lopez Mateos with 6 of them. And that's all we use. I love the Tesoro 5. It feels good in my hand. It feels good. I think the problem with the Tesoro 5 is they discontinued it. So now you get the Tesoro 10. They're coming out with some new thing. So the Cortez 5 would work right now until they come out with the new reel. I talked to John Bretta. I talked to the president of Okuma, and I don't quite understand, but they said, Dave, don't worry. There's a new reel coming out that's better. So I'm like, okay. So gather up your Tesoro 5s if you can. It's a great reel. If you have an opportunity to get it, I would definitely get it. I love it, Marco. But there's some different kind of reel coming out from Okuma that's supposed to be a step up. But I love that Tesoro 5. It's a star drag reel. It feels good in your hands. It feels light. I fill all of mine up with 65-pound braid, and then I put that GT4 fluorocarbon on as a fluorocarbon leader. But we're only using a 12 to 18-inch piece. That didn't seem to bother the fish, did it?
No, they were happy to come.
They came right on the boat, got right in that kill bag, that Deckhand Sports kill bag. They went right in there, went to sleep, got out of that hot water. The water was like hot up there. So when they saw us pull up with the Deckhand Sports bag, they knew there was ice in it.
Absolutely.
And they just wanted to jump in there, and they're more than happy to.
And now they're chilling in the freezer.
Yeah, they're downstairs right now. We're getting ready to take a trip back up to beautiful Huntington Beach, California, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're going up with Ron to Huntington Beach, California. But while we were in Adolfo's Lopez Mateos game, listen to this. I got 7 kilos of scallops. I got 2.5 kilos of lobsters, 7 kilos of scallops, and it was less than $100. Pretty wild. Try that at home. Try that at Tunaville Market and Grocery. Try that at John's Fish Market, which are my two favorite places to hang out in Southern California, hanging out with Tommy Gomes or hanging out with Shayla. But you're not getting scallops, a kilo of them for $7. I got kilos of scallops for $7. That's 2.5 pounds of scallops for $7. Crazy stuff going on up there in Adolfo Lopez Mateo, and the weather was just absolutely insane.
What's a kilo?
Kilo?
Next question.
Back in the old days, Dave, you might have to ask your mom and dad that question. That's how we used to do it. It was all in kilos. Yeah. Let me see. I got another cool little video I'd love to show you here of what the weather was like in Adolfo's. Check this out. Let's see if we can get this loaded up.
It's pretty rough.
It was so gnarly. Like I talk about all the time. The thing about Adolfo Lopez Mateos is if it's rough on the outside, you just stay on the inside, gang. And besides, I have no desire to go out there into the big old ocean on a Ponga when I have the opportunity to go out there in the big old ocean on a Viking. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's another reason why they hate me. But we were fishing in Adolfo's, and I'm telling you, there wasn't a breath of wind. If you can see my forehead and you see my cheeks, yeah, I'm peeling like crazy, gang. I got so sunburned because me and Ron were on the water for 2 straight days, and it was not a breath of wind. It was about as we're waiting for that little video to load. Here it comes. Okay, look at this is what it was like. Doesn't that look like the moon?
Crazy.
It's not like there's a mile of that. There's like 50 miles of that.
Non-stop.
No footprints in the sand.
Except the ones we put there.
And gang, you could stop anywhere and catch a spotted bay bass.
Yeah.
Pretty much everywhere we stopped, if I threw out my line, right?
Yeah.
So talk about what the experience was like, because you've never seen it before. I've been there so many times. It was just to see that scenery.
It's just breathtaking. It's everywhere you turn your head is something amazing to look at. It's just awesome. Awesome. There wasn't much bait though.
There's so much stinking bait up there, gang. Everywhere you look, there's food.
I've never seen that much bait.
Pretty much everywhere. Zillions upon zillions of pelicans. At one time, you said, hey, look, we're in
the new Pelican Bay.
And there was probably, at that spot, there was probably, and not even being an exaggerated captain or fisherman, there was probably 10,000 pelicans in that spot.
Yeah.
And they were all so full. There was a few young ones out there still eating, but all the older ones are just standing there just
chilling.
Pooping.
Yeah.
Just pooping because their little bellies were so full of anchovy, sardines, mullet. It didn't matter. Whatever kind of bait you could think of. When we went into that bay where those shrimp guys were, Ron and I were peeing our pants because we looked in the water and the water looked like a giant shrimp cocktail.
It was crazy.
There were zillions of shrimp. Zillions of them all over the surface. And it was so flat that as we came in there slowly, because Ruben, our guide, he's like, okay, he told me, don't even cast your line.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he comes in there, turned the motor off, and we're just drifting in there. And there's literally thousands and thousands of shrimp.
They're fast.
And they were hauling ass, boy.
Shrimp are fast. These are not slow moving creatures.
But when we got there, they were all laying on the surface, just kind of hanging out, sunning themselves. And then we got in there and made a mess.
Yeah.
But those two shrimp guys, they were just in there. They weren't even working. They were just sitting there. And then Ruben asked them to drag the net for a few minutes. And they dragged the net for 10 minutes and had all the bait we wanted. Well, not all the bait I wanted, but enough bait to fish the whole day. But I never had enough of anything. How cool was that grouper fishing?
Oh, it's amazing.
How deep were we fishing grouper?
I mean, 20 feet?
Maybe. Yeah, 20 feet
20
deep.
feet. And get ready. Like you can't be chilling. You gotta be ready. Because when the grouper takes the line, it's like it's on and cracking.
And it's flat. Oh, trying to get back in that rock, huh?
Yeah.
I think we got a video of you catching one here. Let's see if we can get this one to come up here. But like what Ron's saying is, you're only fishing in 20 feet of water in the bay, and we're fishing this structure, and we're using shrimp for bait.
Yeah.
And I told Ron, make the drag as tight as you can. You can't make it tight enough.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And I said, and don't lightly hold the rod.
Yeah.
You better be hanging on. Now, these aren't giant grouper. They're not 100-pound grouper. These are like 5 to 15-pound grouper. They hit it like you tied your line to the back of a car.
Hard.
All they're trying to do is they come out of that little hole, grab that shrimp, and go back into the hole as fast as they can, baby. And they are pulling so flipping hard. Let me see. I think this is it. Look at that pargo.
Oh, he choked on it.
Yeah, you let him eat it. Perfect. There you go. Beautiful fish. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Boom.
Yeah, buddy. Another species. It's hard being you. See how rough it was? It was so gnarly out there. I'm going to find another video while you tell them about it. Talk about it.
About the grouper?
About anything that we did.
It's just amazing. You go into these little areas next to the mangroves, and Rube gets you all set up, and then you just don't know what's gonna hit the line. I caught the broomtail grouper, caught snook, and then I caught a puffer fish. Rub his belly. I mean, just amazing stuff I've never seen.
Orange mouth corvina.
Orange mouth corvina.
A bunch of those.
A bunch.
And nice ones.
Yeah, big one. And triggerfish. I mean, you drop your line down, you just don't know what you're going to catch. It's pretty cool.
But you're going to get a bite.
Yeah, and hold on. Yeah, and hold on. Yeah, it's just so awesome.
Just magical. Like I said at the Bard Hall show when I was doing the seminar with Larry, if there was only one place that I was allowed to fish, if like they closed the whole world and you're only allowed to fish one place, I sure hope it'd be Adolfo's Lopez Mateos.
And I understand now.
And it is pretty special.
I get it.
From when you get on the boat on the pier, that little concrete pier, there's literally fish trying to jump on the pier. It's like you really don't have to go anywhere.
It's crazy.
I think we drive around a little bit just to conserve bait. Because you don't have to go anywhere. I could throw a lure off the back of the boat anywhere and catch a spotty. Just whammo.
That pretty picture.
It's up. Look at this video. Ruben, here, check this fish out. So we just caught this little, I'm not sure what it is. Look at, is it a tiger fish? Oh, wait a minute. Let's rub his belly. Let's rub his belly. That ain't working. He doesn't want to blow up.
All right.
Oh, is it a frogfish? Is it a froggy? Look at that mouth. Look at that guy. Huh? Let us know what you think that is. That's pretty cool, though. Beautiful fish. Show us how you tickle his belly and make him swell up. And that's just one of the zillions of different fish. We're going to load another video here while we're talking. It's just, all we're trying to do is let you guys in on the fact that you want to get up here and try this thing out. Oh, that file's too big, it says. That's that 5-minute one where we were fishing the mangroves and you were trying to film me catching a fish on that.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. We got something else cool here. We got it. There you are. We'll put you up on the screen. Enough of me. Enough haters. Yeah, I love the Cortez reel too, Tim. Good afternoon, Dave Burris. Everybody out there watching, if you guys could all hit the share button, like button, and subscribe button, all that stuff helps us out tremendously. And I know over at Facebook, they're kind of playing with you guys, and you can't really see us when we go live anymore, and you can't. But if you go to YouTube and hit the notification button on YouTube, and if you just start watching over there, that would help out tremendously because of the fact that they're playing hide the ball at Facebook, and we don't know why, but they are. So they take down the notifications. Nobody can send us stars anymore. And over at YouTube, you can send tips in there. Jeanette knows how to send them in. We can get stuff sent in that way. But if you watch us on YouTube, it'll be better for all of you so you don't miss anything. Just by hitting the notification button every time we go live, it'll happen. It used to do that at Facebook. It was incredible. We were getting zillions of views and zillions of likes, and everybody was having fun. And like Mike Lewis had 356 weeks of giving me stars, and then they took it all away in one day for no reason at all. Just right back. Somebody from San Diego who doesn't like me went on Facebook probably and told them that I'm a bad human. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy, but I'm just trying to help those of you that have. Oh, good. Thank you, Mike. I'm going to try to pull that up while we're waiting for this other video to load real quick. Here, let's see. What's this? It's garbage. Garbage. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, we're going to connect here with another monster. Look at Ron, total concentration. He thinks he might get a bite when he hits the bottom. See how his hands are in perfect position to actually be ready when you hit the bottom? You do not want your left hand behind the reel, even though that's what most of you booger eaters do. Now he's totally ready. Left hand in front of the reel, right hand on the crank. That's all you need to do. Even you superstars of fishing. That's all you really need to do.
Crank a little bit. Put it 3 feet.
Tap, 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 tap. Hook up. Oh.
It's a little guy.
Hook up. Big, big, big grouper. Big grouper. Look at it coming. Oh my gosh. We need a bigger boat. Ron, are you okay? That
Sandy.
thing's gnarly.
Her name's Sandy D.
It's garbage.
That's
what we're talking about.
You gotta be ready.
All big fish, baby. You got to be ready. It's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. Mike, I'm not seeing where you sent it at. I'm looking everywhere. I want it. But
The drone video?
yeah, the drone video of the
Big
bear.
Boy?
Yeah. I'm looking for it. But yeah, let's see. I think I got a cool another video of Ron fishing in. And if I offended you by telling you you're a booger eater by putting your left hand behind the reel, that's probably because you put your left hand behind the reel. It's not my fault. I'm just telling. It's not going to change what Kelly and I eat, but it may change what you eat. We're picking up our good friend Cubby at the airport tonight. Cubby Paul's coming back down, fishing the Bisbees. I'll be with him on the Bisbees. I'll be his co-pilot, hanging out, moral support, hanging out with my buddy. It's going to be cool. I'm super excited just to hang out with Cub, cruise around on the boat with him. Let's see what do we got here. Let's see this video. Maybe we already seen it. I don't know. Let's see. Sorry, I'm putting up all kinds of stupid stuff now. I'm just trying to show something cool. Where is that one? Maybe this one. We're trying, gang. But hey, as far as the website goes, yoursaltwaterguide.com, you're never going to have to wonder when you're at San Clemente Island, or you're at Catalina, or you're at Santa Barbara, or you're at La Jolla, or Dana Point, or Salt Creek. You're never going to have to wonder, where should I fish? Because we go through the game plan. But besides that, which the game plan comes out today at 3:30, between 3:30 and 4:30, depending on when I get them all, Pablo. You can go through our hotspots videos, and on each hotspot video, I explained to you how to fish each and every individual spot with over 1,500 spots. I tell you at Santa Cruz Island, you want to fish in Chinese Harbor in 30 feet of water. You want to be on the inside edge of the kelp, between the kelp and the beach, and drift in there for halibut. You're at Catalina, and it's a southeast wind and an uphill current. You want to go to Long Point. You want a fly line, and you want your stern to be pointed a certain way. All these different things.
Or Little Gibraltar.
Or Little Gibraltar, or Johnson's Rock, or Black Rock. All these things about the spots are so important to you. But if you become a member of the website, one thing Ron said that I'm going back to, I answer the phone. Justin answers the phone. Pablo answers the phone. Al answers the phone. Sonny used to answer the phone. But Sonny might answer the phone again if it's not Ron. But
Sonny's busy.
The things about this is we want to help you catch fish. I don't know any other website out there that is that invested in helping you to be successful when you go fishing on your own private boat. That's the thing. I know there's a lot of websites that are super interested in helping you remove the money from your wallet and put it into theirs. And that's kind of where the connection ends. On WhatsApp, okay, cool. Let me look. Oh, yeah, I got him. Okay, let's see if we can load this real quick. All right. I'm loading it. Dropbox. We'll see if it gets up there in a few seconds. It's kind of a beefy file, but hopefully we get it on there. I'm doing the best I can. And so back to what I was saying, though. Look at, this is my website, gang. If you have not become a member, I mean, Ron's would not be sitting here right now. Mike Lewis would not have been sitting here in my house. Tim Ogilvy and I would have never become friends. Jeanette and Dave, we would never have become friends. And these are people that are close personal friends. Greg Warren, you're a close personal friend, but we had a little connection before, but you're a member of the website, but we work together at Local 831 Union Trade Show Installers. You're a member. You know me, and you still became a member, which is kind of bizarre. No, I'm just kidding. But this one may work. The Bear one, it's loading. Let's see what happens. So all I want you to know is that my commitment to you is second to none. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that you are successful when you go fishing on your boat. Okay? That's a pretty big commitment. When you called me, Ron, that day, we weren't even friends yet. I mean, we knew each other. We talked on the phone, but we had never really sat down and had a cup of coffee together. But
That's right.
Did I treat you different than I treat you now?
No.
Same, right?
Same.
Yeah, because that's who I am, gang. I'm that horrible person they talk about on Bloody Decks.
What you see is what you get.
I am him. And yeah, I don't know if it's going to load in time. We'll have it up for the show next show. I promise it's not going to load in time. But gang, if you become a member of the website, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call you. If you give me your number, there's a part where you sign up that asks for your phone number. If you don't put your phone number in there, this is weird. I can't call you. Kind of weird.
You dropped the crystal ball?
Yeah, when I was back in the 80s, when I was fishing sea bass out of Catalina, I was walking down the dock and I dropped the crystal ball and it broke and it shattered all over the dock, and they didn't have super glue back then, so we couldn't put it back together. So I just kicked it in the water, and I haven't had a crystal ball since the 80s. But if you leave your number, I'll call you. If you don't leave your number, the very first video you see is how the website works, and you need to call me immediately. and I give you a full tour of my website. It's hard to figure out the website on your own if you don't have that personal tour, because there's over 580 videos. And then the best part of the website, I believe, and everybody that's watching, is the community, the camaraderie, the friendship that we all build working together.
Yep.
Renee, I never would have met you if it wasn't for the website, even though we both walked around the same docks together when we were kids. We would have never met if it wasn't for the website. How many people on here are friends now because of the website? Frank Brennan, I know you would have never been my friend if I hadn't helped you learn how to fish, because I know my brother was really helping you out a lot. Yes, Tim, she's got it. She sent me a picture of it. She's got it at her desk, and we're definitely going to pick it up in November. But gang, if you want to be on part of the greatest website in the world, call me, 949-374-0786. I will answer your call, and then we'll get you signed up for free. You can take a 7-day look at the website, and you can decide if it's even worth it. There is a lot of people out there that don't want any real knowledge. They just want to wing it. You see them on your dock every day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When they see all the fish you come in with, and they ask you where you got them, and you tell them, and then they're like, oh, okay, and they never sign up. Isn't that weird?
It's weird.
It's so bizarre. But we're not trying to hide the ball. We're just trying to put it all out there and be the best human beings we could possibly be. I cannot believe that we blew through an hour already, Ron. Can you? That was the fastest hour in sports, right? Look at that. We're already a minute over. Thank you, Renee. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And I don't know. Okay. Shouldn't even do this. But if you don't quite understand, and Justin said this last week, if you don't understand, you're like, oh, Dave's full of crap. There's not that many haters. Go over to that website we were talking about earlier and make a post about me. Just for fun. If you better put on a lot of armor, though, when you go over there. You better put on a lot of armor, because you're going to get the crap beat out of you. But go over to that website and make a post about me and tell them how much you enjoy me, or tell them how much I helped you, or tell them how much you enjoy the show. And stand back and get ready, because the most vile hatred you've ever seen in your life is going to come spewing out like you can't even comprehend. It is absolutely amazing. And if you don't believe me, give it a shot. But just be ready. If you do, here's what I would suggest. If you do make a post over there, don't go back in and look, because it's not going to, your head.
Duck.
You gotta be really strong.
Duck.
You gotta be strong, because the hate's gonna come like you can't even comprehend, dude. You can't even and the stories, there's gonna be stories that you're like, really? And none of these people have ever been around me or ever even sat down and had a cup of coffee with me. But oh my gosh, they have stories about me.
Spook the herd.
Yeah, they're gonna spook the herd. If you want to have fun, though, if you're into fun, if you're into absolute fun and just having fun, go make a post over there. Just go to Fishing Chit Chat and make a post about me. And just say, get ready.
It's a full contact sport.
It's going to be gnarly, dude. Though I'm telling you, it's going to be the gnarliest thing you've ever seen. And if you're thinking about doing it, send me a text message at 949-374-0786. We'll all get a kick out of it. We will. You guys that know me, you guys will really get a kick out of it. And those that don't, you're going to be blown away, because you're going to go, oh, I had no idea. Yep, it's real. Hey, everybody. Ron and I got a ton of stuff to do right now. We have to go put 2 ice chests up on the roof. It's going to take us the rest of the day. That's kind of our day.
Yep.
Thank you all. If you guys want to hang out and go fishing with us and do fun stuff, check out Pacific Sport Fishing Alliance. We'll be doing some more trips with them. We'll be doing fishing trips all over. Captain Al Clowers and I are getting ready to put together some really cool things for you to go fishing with us. And Justin, I can't wait to see your live fishing show tonight. Justin's going to go live around 7:30-ish. we'll have that live with us. It'll be phenomenal. We're super excited about that. Seeing Justin fish lobsters. Everything's good in the neighborhood. Get ready for the game plans. They're coming out. And I don't think anybody's got enough guts to go over there and do it. You guys, I don't think anybody's got big enough huevos to go make a post about me. But if you do, just be ready. You're not going to believe it. I love y'all. Thank you all for watching. Great audience today. Everybody have fun. Be kind to each other. Turn off the news. They're all lying. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with Heather Smith Outdoors. Oh, no, I'll see you guys. Ron and I will be available tonight with Justin fishing. We'll be sitting on our couch watching Justin on the big screen, but we'll be answering comments and questions with you also. And if any of you are just thinking, I want to just check out this website that they talk about every day, call me. I'll give you a free look. It's free. It's free. It's absolutely